You fought well yesterday. Your style is unorthodox.
Scorpio.
Good morning, Yankees universe. Welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew on this Tuesday, September 3rd. I'm your guy, Hector, always joined by my lovely co-host, my compañera, Grace Monroe, and all you Yankee fans, wake up and get your coffee. Grace, how are you doing, bestie?
I would sing the Welcome Back Cotter theme song, but y'all, Hector can tell you, I have been sick as a dog going on 2 weeks. I'm gonna do my best today. I'm losing my voice a little bit, and one of my eyes is super swollen, so I've got my glasses on. Don't look at my eyes, y'all. Don't look at my eyes. I'm here because I love you. I love the Yankees. I want to talk, but please forgive me. I am still sick, so I'm going to try my best, but I love all you guys. I missed you so much, and Hector, I missed your gorgeous face. It's so good to see you again.
Yes, definitely, Grace. I've missed you. I missed the chat. I miss having these conversations. I'm just making sure the Instagram is going up. But, you know, I appreciate everybody who has reached out to us. We've been off for, I want to say, a month. We're going through a rebrand here with the channel. No more Morning Brew Sports. It is Uptown Sports TV. And on top of it, you guys know what's been going on with like my father, his health and stuff like that. Well, my father passed away last week, Monday. And that's the real reason why we didn't come back on the show. And again, like I said, don't need to get crazy into it. But like I said, I do appreciate those who have reached out, those who have sent their messages. So it is appreciated. But let's get back into this conversation because we got some Yankee stuff to talk about. So I want to shout out the chat and also shout out to my girlfriend in the chat. These are the guidelines, right? This is a safe space. No hate speech or bullying will be tolerated. No breaching of the YouTube terms and services will be allowed. If you violate those terms and services of our guidelines of YouTube and the chat, you will be booted. No warnings, point blank, period. We're here to have a good time, and we're here to talk Yankees baseball. So we got Jacob Petruzzi in the building. Jacob, how you doing? My guy, nosebleed section. He said, my hair grew gray while you were gone. JK, nosebleed. I hope all is good. My guy, Jonathan, is in the building. Tina's in the building. How you doing, Tina? Of course, my guy, Rich Rivera at Empire State of Baseball. Richie boy, how you doing? Salute, salute, salute. My guy, Old Sarge, is in the building. Sarge, how you doing? FL Divers in the building. How you doing? Joey M, how's it going? Salute to you. My guy, Ghost. Salute to my brother, Ghost. This is somebody that he's been reaching out to me during this whole time, and he's been loyal. He's been by my side. So shout out to my brother, Ghost. If you guys aren't following him on all social media platforms, what are you doing? Make sure you follow my guy, Ghost. My friend, Erica Garcia, who is celebrating, well, belated birthday, because Erica's birthday was yesterday. Erica, happy birthday to you. 34 years old. Welcome to the club.
And Erica, another Virgo?
Yeah, another Virgo. And talk about Virgos, my birthday is this Sunday coming up, September 8th. Your boy will be turning 35 years old. Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Looking good, feeling great.
I'm trying to.
Sunday, I'm going to make a note for myself so I don't forget.
Hector Cruz is in the building. Hector, how you doing? I appreciate the condolences, mi hermano. Appreciate you. Eddie Snaps is in the building. Eddie, how you doing? Richie Martinez is in the building. 01LS1Z2ADABX is in the building. My guy, how you doing? Sean Browning, my good friend. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. And yes, throw the happy belated. Throw the happy belated birthday for our friend Erica Garcia in the chat. Virgos Unite. Virgo Squad is in the building. But Grace, we got to talk about our Yankees, right? Because it's been a month that we've been on, right? The last episode we had, shout out to my good friend Keith McPherson. He was on the last time we was on. And one of the topics we were talking about was the Martian, Jasson Domínguez. And September 3rd is here. September 1st came and it went. And there is no UFO sightings in the Bronx. There is no Jasson Domínguez wearing the pinstripes at the major league level. My friend Desha, who is works for Fox Sports, she puts it out there. The Yankees are being soft. Check out my column from MLB on Fox, but their stubborn reluctance to call up Jasson Domínguez, it's a mistake that paints a clear picture of the lack of urgency when it comes to the Yankees winning a championship. Grace, I know you got something to say about that. So talk to the people, because the people want to know how you feel.
You know, Jasson Domínguez is my future favorite Yankee. I love him so much. I feel like he's my son in some ways. Do you remember that movie Cool Runnings about the Jamaican bobsled team? Okay, do you remember that one scene when they're at the Olympics and then they show like the bar at home in Jamaica that where everybody local has gathered to watch them on TV? And the mother of the main guy, Gerrit, the mother says, "Everybody shut up! My boy's on TV!" That's how I feel every time I see Jasson Domínguez. When they called him up for the MLB, for the Little League game, I kept saying that. My husband was like, "Shut up, stop saying that." And I was like, "Everyone, my boy's on TV." I love him so much. I cannot wait for him to come up. And the fact that he was not called up on Sunday, honestly, I was devastated. I was devastated. I was like, it's Martian Day. I was ready. I was going to celebrate. And then nothing, obviously.
Nothing.
Now, thankfully, I've had a few days to calm down. That should be our theme for this show. Has Grace had a few days to calm down yet? Okay.
No, she hasn't.
So I started thinking about it. Okay, guys, I'm upset. I'm upset like everyone else. Should Jasson Domínguez be up? Yes. Yes, he should. Yes, he should. Period. However, I'm going to say I've had some days to think about it. I've had some days to calm down. I still believe that he will be called up in September. Yeah. They are just waiting maybe like a week, maybe 10 days to ensure that he will not hit that batting minimum that's going to activate his arbitration year. So we have to make moves like this to save money in the long run so that we can sign Juan Soto. If we don't sign Juan Soto and we squandered this postseason and blah, 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 then I'm going to be more angry. But right now, this is what I'm telling myself. We have to make concessions where we can to extend the roster with cheap players, especially good cheap players, for as long as we can so that we can sign Juan Soto. That's the lie these are the lies I tell myself. So that's what I'm telling myself right now. He needs to be up ASA freaking P. But I'm trying to calm myself down and say, you know, we're still in first place. You guys, we are in first place. We have the best record in the American League. These are the facts. These are facts. And do we really need him? Yes, but also we're still in first place. We have the best record in the American League. So so there's my answer, Hector. I don't know. I'm feeling conflicted.
Listen, I'm feeling the same way like you're feeling, and I know folks in the chat are feeling as well. I'm gonna pull up some of your chats. Shout out to Alana in the building. Alana Rosa in the building says, "Hey, I love this show. Appreciate you." Sean Brown says, "Cool running. Jamaica has a bobsled team." You know, it's funny when I was same. It was one of my favorites as a child. But when I was flying to Florida, it was on the flight. It was one of the movies that was listed with Delta. Really? So I watched it for like 10 minutes. I was like, all right, I got to change it. You know, it hasn't aged well, but it was one of my favorite movies growing up. But when it comes to Jasson Domínguez, right? Shout out to C-Mac, Chris McMonagle. He's been a friend of the show. He's come on once before last year. I'm gonna reach back out to him, but he was talking about it last night on WFAN. If you guys aren't listening to it, and that's why I want to give him his credit. I never steal anyone takes. I always give them their credit when they make a great point. But what he said was Jasson Domínguez, he's not going to be eligible for the Rookie of the Year award next year because he was up last year and the time he spent last year with the Yankees. I have to fact check that. I'm just going off of what he said. But if that's the case, and your argument is You want to make sure that this young man, he gets everyday time. He gets everyday reps.
Oh, yes.
You see the production we're getting out of Alex Verdugo. Credit to Alex Verdugo. God bless him. He's been a solid major league player, but over the past 2 months, he has not come through. He started the season on fire, right? He looked like he was pushing Jasson Domínguez out the door. I know some Yankee fans were saying, let's extend Verdugo and trade Domínguez away. But now reality has set in these past 2 months, Alex Verdugo has been one of the worst left fielders in all of Major League Baseball. When you look at the production from the left field position, the Yankees are in the 20th. Right? When it the 20th percentile, the 20th rankings when it comes to every other team. This is the production you're getting out of Alex Verdugo is no difference than the production you got out of Joey Gallo. It's no different than the production you got out of Aaron Hicks. Maybe he gives you better defense than the both of them, but it's not really that much, right? So when you look at this and when you look at this team, I just think that is negligence, not bringing up Jasson Domínguez, a young guy who can help you out. Let's see what he could do. Am I expecting him to be the Jasson Domínguez that we saw last year? No, absolutely not. But whatever he can give you is better than what you're getting out of Alex Verdugo, who's struggling to hit over 220 right now. Let's be frank. He's hitting 220 to 230 at the moment, and he's just struggling to do that. He's putting the ball on the ground at a higher rate than he has ever in his career. And I don't want to put that slowly on Verdugo, right? There's other things that are part of that equation. One, this is the first year on a new team, right? Yes, it's the American League East, but he's going from Boston to the Yankees. That's one thing. Second thing, it came out that he's allergic to the batting gloves that he has to wear. So that right there alone shows me that he's not comfortable at the plate. I still believe that Jasson Domínguez, like you said, Grace, will come up. It's just we need him sooner rather than later. And I think it's front office negligence that we have this kid in AAA. It'd be one thing, Grace, if he was hitting 200 down there at AAA. No. Over his past 15 games, the kid's hitting over 350.
No,
he's hitting over 350. He's killing it down there.
He is such a special ball player. I mean, I don't know if we maybe forgot or something, but this kid has all the potential in the world to be an absolute superstar. Okay. And did you see Brian Hoke's tweet? You know I love Brian Hoke.
Yeah, I saw when you reposted it, and I reposted it.
And he's not that emotionally opinionated. This is a professional reporter who presents the facts. You know, he keeps it as, you know, neutral as he can. Obviously, he's a Yankees fan, but he keeps it professional. This man came out and was just like, basically, and I'm going to sum it up. I'm going to paraphrase, so you can go look up the exact tweet if you want to see it. But basically paraphrasing, he said, every day that Jasson Domínguez is not up on this MLB roster, the Yankees are not putting their best players on the team, period. And that's it. And that's the fact. It wasn't opinionated. It wasn't emotional. He was just saying, these are the facts. As long as Jasson Domínguez is down in AAA, you don't have the best players available to you on the team. So are we trying to win, or what are we trying to do? You know, I totally agree. I feel that way. However, that being said, you guys, we're in first place.
Yeah.
You know, so I think he'll be called up in 10 days. That's what I think. 10 days, he'll be called up. They want him to get regular at-bats. When the AAA season kind of winds down, he'll be up here. He'll be getting regular at-bats, and I do think that he'll be playing in the postseason. That's why I'm telling myself that.
Rich put it in the chat earlier, right? He called it September 9th. He said September 9th is going to be the call-up date for Jasson Domínguez. When you look at it, September 9th to September 15th is the Yankees' next homestand. I will be at Yankee Stadium on the outside doing a lot of interviews for Latino sports. And also, one of those days, I will have my first ever media pass to be at Yankee Stadium covering the Yankees as a member of the press.
Big things.
Folks in the chat, if you guys can, in the description of this video, please, if you guys don't mind, going to latinosports.com, just bookmarking that, helping share that. We have great articles that come out on an everyday basis. Shout out to our friend Julian Galarte, who is a part of this channel, with him and Sandy. He works for Latino Sports as well. We have a great team over there. Julio Pabon, he's the creator and the founder of Latino Sports. My guy, Big League Views Faris, as well on Instagram, does an amazing job interviewing players at the stadium. He goes to different stadiums, whether it's Yankee Stadium, whether it's Citi Field. He goes a lot, and he's on the field interviewing players. September 19th, check this out. We got some dates for you guys. September 19th, your boy will be in Cincinnati with Latino Sports. I will be presenting an award to Ellie De La Cruz and Alexis Diaz on behalf of Latino Sports. So mark that in on your calendar. And as well, September 23rd, we rescheduled the Bernie Williams interview. They messaged me this morning confirming, but we just got the confirmation. The Bernie Williams interview will be rescheduled September 23rd. Mark it on your calendars. It's just this past month has been crazy, but we got a lot of good things, right? So mark it on your calendars. Support us. Support LatinoSports.com. Support Uptown Sports TV. Follow us on all other social media platforms. And again, appreciate all you guys in the chat. Grace, let's switch topics.
Okay.
Because I know we could talk about Jasson Domínguez for a long time, right? Because this is a topic that we have to talk about. But let's talk about, before we get into Gerrit Cole and Torres and Soto, let's talk about Anthony Rizzo. Because that Calzone, Anthony El Calzone, has returned. The Rizmeister is back in the Yankees lineup, and he's been productive, right? He has come through. We've gotten more production. Like my guy Addison said, Anthony Rizzo has done more in the last 2 days than DJ LeMahieu did in the last 3 months. If he can manage to be just a league average player, that would be huge for the lineup. And I want to say this right now. God bless DJ LeMahieu, right? He had an amazing run with the New York Yankees. I think we have seen the last of DJ LeMahieu on the field. Maybe against lefties when you have to sit Rizzo, maybe the day game after night game. But I don't think DJ LeMahieu is going to be in critical situations in the postseason. If DJ LeMahieu, Grace, I'll tell you this right now. If DJ LeMahieu is batting in critical situations in the postseason, pack us up and send us home. We ain't going far in the postseason. I don't think we're seeing DJ LeMahieu anymore.
I couldn't agree more. It's so hard because he's so beloved, and I think that's why he's not getting incessantly booed. Because the fan base loves DJ and remembers the things that he did and everything, but he's performing worse than Josh Donaldson. He's performing worse than Joey Gallo, and this is not over a small sample size. This is over 200 200 games. I mean, like, if you take the last 200 games, you can take a huge sample size. He's not performing, y'all, and it's sad. It's hard. And there was a time, and I've said this before on the show, there was a time when bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, runners in scoring position, who do you want at bat? I would have said DJ LeMahieu over anybody else on the team. Same. I mean, he was the most consistent, reliable batter that we had, who was going to get up there, work along at bat, see a bunch of pitches, figure it out, put a ball in play, and score the run. I mean, he was that guy. And Thank you so much. And but the fall of him has been so depressing. It's been hard. We all wanted it to end differently. Unfortunately, it's really you have to be honest. We love you, DJ. We thank you, DJ. But at the end of the day, we're trying to win ball games. We're trying to win our division, and we're trying to go deep into the postseason.
Facts.
And say
it again, Grace.
And it's not about if we love you or not, my guy. It's about you can't do it anymore, and it sucks. I would leave him off the postseason roster, period.
It's unfortunate that in sports, not only New York, because I know this gets thrown on to New York sports fans. We got Damien backstage because this is a trifecta. I'm going to bring up Damien right now. But as New York sports fans, we get labeled as we look through the lens of what have you done for me lately. Yes, that's big in New York, but that's big in sports in general. And when it comes to DJ LeMahieu, what he has given us lately is not the best version of DJ LeMahieu, especially if this team is trying to be serious contenders. If we're trying to contend for a postseason, win a championship to convince Juan Soto to re-sign with us, if we're planning and if we're trying to do that, DJ LeMahieu, he can't be the difference maker in that equation. I'm gonna bring up my
He
guy
can't even-
Damien
he's not even
Serrano to
strong on-
join us. We got over 70 people watching us right now. 50 of you beautiful people are watching us on YouTube. If you guys don't mind, smack that like button and interact with the emojis. It's felt like a long time since I said that, but we're sitting on 28 likes. Smack the like button to help us grow this amazing and beautiful community. Without further ado, my guy Damien Serrano, the fly guy himself. Dame,
Yes, sir.
I miss you.
Good
buddy.
morning. I miss all of y'all. What's going on, chat? Heck, Grace, what's going on, man? It's been a while. But I tell you what, I kept on my Yankees. I've had my pissed off moments, my good moments. It's been a roller coaster, but we here, so let's go.
Damien, looking
Nice,
great as
nice.
always.
Thank
So
you, thank
good
you.
to see your smiling face.
Thank you. Listen,
Yes.
DJ
yes.
LeMahieu, right? Is that what we're talking about? DJ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we talk.
Oh,
we
man.
we talk about DJ. Go. But Dame, before you go, I just want to answer somebody in the chat real quick.
Please.
My guy Joey M. He says, "Is everyone calls him Jason? Why are you guys saying different?" Well, if you listen to interviews of him speaking, Joe, and this is not towards Joe, this is for everybody else. He pronounces his name Jasson, right? So respectfully, if he pronounces his name Jasson, I'm going to pronounce it that way. I have a very weird last name. My last name is Beauchamp, right? I used to grow up with people making fun of it, calling it and not pronouncing it properly. So I try to make a conservative effort to pronounce people name the way that they pronounce it. That's just a pet peeve that I have, Joe. Again, not towards you, because I've seen different content creators and different Yankee fans calling Jason when his name is Jasson. So I just wanted to clear that up real quick. Go ahead, Dame. Sorry about that.
It's time for DJ to hang it up.
Aw.
Man, listen, he's done wonders for us. 19 to 20 was great, but Father Time is caught up. And Sarge, I love you. Sarge, it's been a minute. But yeah, it's time for DJ to hang him up. The other about a week ago, Boone said, we're keeping DJ in because of his track record. And I thought back and I'm like, listen, his track record, yeah, it was good 3-4 years ago. His track record as of the last 3-4 years has been terrible. Mostly because of injury. But at the end of the day, we are looking to win a championship. Feelings have to be put aside. And this is one thing with the Yankees is they're constantly worried about players' feelings, whether it's Trevino, whether it's DJ. Los, what's up, brother?
Los, what's good, baby?
So many, this blind loyalty to players, and which has got me questioning the Yankees' mentality as far as winning, a winning mentality. And there's been so many examples of it this season with the DJ LeMahieu part of it. The blind loyalty to Clay Holmes, that should be a closer by committee.
My Lord.
Lord have mercy. There's been so many different situations with the Yankees where I'm like, listen, you guys are not serious about winning. And don't get when I say that, it's not the players on the field, but it's the front office, it's Bear and Boone. You guys are showing that you're not serious about winning. Verdugo continuing to be out there the last 2 months when you have Jasson Domínguez sitting in the wings, waiting to come up. So are we serious about winning a chip? Are we looking to show them that we're serious about winning? So far, they really haven't, in my view. So they gotta really step it up. DJ cannot be on the playoff roster. If he wants to be there for support, great. I mean, obviously emotional support is great. But DJ should not touch the field. And defensively, he's been a liability as well. First base, he's been atrocious at first base.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you got Oswaldo Cabrera, who deservedly so deserved the chance and time to be at that first base. You put him in for one game. Why couldn't you put him in for the rest? Because it wasn't like DJ was playing better at first and playing top flight defense. I mean, at least if DJ was playing top flight defense, you can say, all right, we understand. But he wasn't. So you have Oswaldo Cabrera, whose game has stepped up this season. Every time he comes in, he's a spark plug. He's full of energy, full of positivity, somebody who's a winning player, and you have him sitting there rotting on the bench. So again, not winning mentality.
It's a lot of head scratching decisions that happens, right? And us as fans, we get frustrated, right? Because one of the things that I always preach when it comes to Yankee fans, 98%, because we have that little small minority of 2% of Yankee fans that are just out there, but 98% of Yankee fans are smart, baseball fans.
Yes.
We've been watching this game for many years. We've been watching it since we've been little kids. We was watching it before YouTube, before Wi-Fi, before all of this stuff. We've been watching baseball games, and we understand the game. And there's no way that you can lay it out there that DJ LeMahieu is a better option than Oswaldo Cabrera at the time because of a track record. If you want to talk about track record, cool. Let's talk about his recent track record. And his recent track record does not support him being out there over Cabrera. Now you got Rizzo back, but at least with Cabrera, he gives you speed. He gives you hustle. If he puts the ball on play, if it's a double play ball, he could beat that out. DJ LeMahieu is not going to beat that out.
No. Sorry about that, guys.
It's good. But now that focusing on Anthony Rizzo, I'll throw it over to Grace. But I got this little video that I want to play because the Yankees made some uncomfortable decisions, bringing back Anthony Rizzo and sending back Ben Rice.
Jesse, how have you been? I've been great. I'm back, and you're fired.
Yes. Grace, lead the convo.
My God.
Shout out to Ben Rice,
man.
an amazing guy. Shout out to my guy Los from Yankees Farm, another dope, great Yankee content creator.
Subscribe.
If you guys aren't following Los, please go and follow Los and everything he's doing over there at Yankees Farm. Los, you already know you family over here, baby. My guy Austin Cruz, BX Sports Jedi, is in the building. Austin, I'm glad to be back as well, and I'm glad you're in the chat. Go ahead, Grace. Lead us off with the Anthony Rizzo convo.
I did not know what Anthony Rizzo was going to look like coming back, and I was nervous. Anthony Rizzo was my favorite Yankee for, a year and a half solid. I mean, I absolutely love him. I love his production on both sides of the ball, his consistency, his leadership qualities, his attitude, his personality. I love him so much. When he got the concussion, I mean, I was devastated. We all were. It was a horrible thing that happened. When he got injured on that run up the first baseline, oh my God, I was like, what? But the production hadn't come back. We didn't know what we were going to be getting. And after this extended period of time on the IL, and with the maybe residual concussion symptoms, we didn't know. We didn't know. It's only been a couple games, but Anthony Rizzo looks good. I'm going to say he looks better than he did before he went away.
Yes.
Now, is he the Anthony Rizzo of the past? I don't know. Is he better than Ben Rice? Yes. Is he better than DJ LeMahieu? Very much yes. Is he, last night, Gleyber threw a ball over, made a throw over to first, and Rizzo picked it, and I was like, oh, we're back, baby. We're back. Because that was a bad throw. DJ would have missed it 100%. Rice would have struggled, probably come off the bag trying to get it. Rizzo made it look easy. This is a platinum glove winning first baseman with defensive experience in the World Series. It's important. Experience is important. Postseason experience is so invaluable, especially when you have a team of a lot of young kids. No disrespect, a lot of young men. It's so important. So I'm glad he's back. I think 100%. We have lowered our expectations of what we expect out of him after having an entire season with Ben Rice and DJ LeMahieu covering first base. We've now lowered our expectations. So he's exceeding those expectations right now, which is great. We don't need him to hit 30 bombs,
He's not that type of player. He's never been that type of player.
He's not anymore. I mean, he did hit over 30 a few times. I mean,
twice.
Okay. Well, anyway.
No, it's not that. I'm sorry, Grace.
Twice when he was a Yankee. I mean, I didn't follow him when he was playing for the freaking Cubs. Who cares? But yeah. So I'm excited. I hope that he continues to have that improvement and that we have a solid corner there because it's so important.
When you look at this lineup, right, Grace, and again, I wasn't going back and forth over Anthony Rizzo combating you, but when
you're just Virgo in Virgo season, it's fine.
That's it. That's all it is. When you look at this lineup, Anthony Rizzo being the cleanup hitter is not a good thing. right?
No.
It's never a good thing, right? At the start of the season and going back to last year, they had him at the cleanup hitter. He wasn't that. Austin Wells has stepped up and it's been phenomenal. We'll get into Austin Wells in a second. But when you have Anthony Rizzo, who is moved down in the lineup and is now your seventh hitter, that's something I can deal with because Jazz Chisholm, if you guys don't know, Jazz Chisholm, since becoming a Yankee, is hitting over 320.
Amazing.
Jazz Chisholm has hit in 19 out of the 25 games he has played for the New York Yankees, right? So shout out to Brian Cashman when it comes to that. That's got to give flowers when flowers is done. We could beat him up when it comes to Jasson Domínguez, but there was a lot of Yankee fans screaming that they didn't want Jazz Chisholm on this lineup, saying he's not made to be a Yankee. He's how can I say it? He doesn't have the mentality. Just talking from the sideline. He's not mature enough to be a Yankee. He's a locker room problem. Great point, Grace. But you see him, and it's the total opposite of it, right? Shout out to Derek Jeter and CC Sabathia, who was preaching for this guy to be a Yankee. Also, Cameron Maben as well was saying he should be a Yankee as well. But when you have Anthony Rizzo as your seventh hitter, it just lengthens the lineup and it just helps us out tremendously. We've lost before the game in Texas, our last two series against Nationals and against the Cardinals, we lost those series. Why? Because Juan Soto didn't get a hit against the Nationals. Because Aaron Judge didn't. He hit poorly against St. Louis. Right. So when other guys aren't stepping up in the lineup, we're going to lose games. We can't just rely on Aaron Judge and Juan Soto to take us out of the hole whenever we're down by 5 runs. That's just a recipe for disaster.
No, absolutely. Unfortunately for Ben Rice, he didn't adjust to the adjustments that the league made on him. The league figured him out and he didn't adjust. So unfortunately, he has to go back to AAA and work on it. But listen, whatever we can get out of Anthony Rizzo is way better than what we're getting out of DJ and also on Rice. So again, to your point, Rizzo at the seventh hole extends that lineup, makes us a much better lineup, and his leadership alone in the playoffs is going to go a long way. And we already seen, first base was a hole with those two guys. And the plays that he made, listen, he's going to make everybody in the field 10 times better. It makes a terrible infield that it's been the last couple months. It's going to make it a much better infield. Let's face it, our outfield's been great. Our infield has been absolutely terrible. And the big reason for that was first base, was DJ LeMahieu, was Ben Rice. So now you have a competent infield. Those errors that we've been dying on, a lot of those are going to go away now. Pitchers are going to be a lot more secure. They're going to feel a lot more confident on the mound. All around defensively makes the Yankees a much better team. And whatever we get out of him offensively is going to be 10 times better than what we got out of DJ and Ben Rice literally put together. So listen, welcome back, Riz. He looks great. He looks like he got a mental break. You can even tell it on his face. You can tell he looks completely refreshed on the field. So I think him coming in now is going to bring a huge boost to the playoffs because he's got fresh legs, fresh eyes, fresh everything. He's not beat up. Same thing with Gerrit Cole. Gerrit Cole coming in when he came in, fresh arm, fresh legs, fresh everything. Besides the cramp last night. At the end of the day, listen, the Yankees are in a really good position. Especially with guys coming back from the Ian Hamiltons of the world. When he comes back, Clark Schmidt, when he comes back, listen, come the playoffs, you got a lot of fresh players compared to guys who we're playing against who are already drugged down through dog days of summer. So, listen, the Yankees are in a real good position if Boone doesn't get in the way.
Yeah, my guy Ghost just put it in the chat. Great point. Ben Rice did a great job at the start of his call-up. He began to struggle at the end, and I know he will be back next season more determined to work harder and be our first baseman. I want to take a second to give flowers to Ben Rice, right? Because when he came up, he was a spark to this offense. This offense was depleted outside of Judge and outside of Soto. This offense wasn't giving you nothing. And Ben Rice was the only player that was giving us something when it comes to being in that lineup, right? The Yankees were moving him up. They had him in the cleanup spot. They had him in the leadoff spot. They was just moving this kid around, musical chairs. So I don't blame Ben Rice for his struggles. I think, again, the Yankees mismanaged him wrong. He's a young kid that was just thrown into the fire, and credit to him, he was able to survive for the first few weeks. And then the league, like you said, Damien, the league adjusted. He never made those adjustments, but it comes in time. So credit to Bryce. You know, I think he will be back with the Yankees next year, or the Yankees may use this as a chance to trade him away in the offseason. We never know. But one thing I could say is that Ben Rice, he belongs at the major league level. He belongs at the major league level, getting every day at bats, though. Not once a day, or not once every 2 days, or once a week, twice a week. He needs everyday repetition and every day's at bat, so he can make those adjustments at the big league level. So I don't blame Ben Rice. I give him his flowers. And now we got Rizzo back. Now we got to see what we get. Now we got to keep going. The mission is to still win a championship. Go ahead, Dan.
He must be a part. He must be a part of the future, because the Yankees refused to trade him in the package this trade deadline. So they must see something in him. Obviously, you know, Rizzo. He has a $17 million option. Are the Yankees going to pick it up? If Rizzo finishes strong, I don't think they pick it up, but I think they might restructure that deal. So we'll see what happens on this stretch run with Rizzo. But Ben Rice is absolutely unfolding, like you said. If not, he's a great trade trip.
Yeah, definitely. Grace, what are you feeling ultimately about Ben Rice's future before we shift gears into the next topic?
I mean, there's no shame in going back down in AAA, and he came up. He had a long, extended look at the league. He played a lot of teams. He got some seasoning, you know, and like Damien said, the league adjusted to him, and he was delayed making his secondary adjustment, and that's common. And there's no shame in that. He's going to go back down to AAA. He's going to work on some things. Next time he comes up, it's going to be different. It's going to be better. I'm sure if we don't trade him in the offseason, we'll see him in spring training. And, you know, he's a great player. He is part of a formula that helped the Yankees to stay in first place this year. If we didn't have someone like him to go to in AAA, you know, he was in AA. He got moved up to AAA less than a week, and he got called up to the major league level. And he stepped in and he did his best. And yeah, it you know, trailed off there because, you know, the league is really good and really hard. But his contribution to this season will be, you know, thought of as, you know, invaluable as we go forward.
Yeah.
He filled a hole we needed him to fill. He did his best. There's no shame in him going back down. So thank you to Ben Rice. You know, he's a great player. I'm sure we'll see him again.
Yeah, and great with the kids. Shout out to our friend Frank Luna, who's been on this channel multiple times. Frank Luna did events with Ben Rice. You know, shout out to the folks at Woodbridge Brewing Company. They've done events with Ben Rice as well. So I know Ben Rice, he will be back, whether that's at the big league level or whether that's autograph signings in New Jersey with these kids and Frank Luna. We will be seeing Ben Rice again. So shout out to Ben Rice. Hopefully he puts things together at the major league level, and we'll see him in spring training. Let's see. Johnny B says, how do you explain the Yankees have difficulty to come back in games that they fall behind early? Listen, we've seen it over this past month, right? Our starting pitching is the key to our games. If our starting pitchers could give us 6 to 7 innings, I feel comfortable saying that we're in a position to win the games. It's when Will Warren only gives you 3 to 4 innings, and we have to go to the journeyman relievers that we have in our bullpen, that we can never hold the league. Credit to the offense. They've been fighting back, right? That St. Louis series that was fighting back, the series before against the Nationals, they were fighting back. It's just the bullpen not coming together. And I know it's more than that. You got Clay Holmes, who's not reliable in the bullpen as well. So there's other things, but I have confidence that this lineup now, the lineup we see now, can come back, right? At the beginning of the season, the first 2 months of the season, the first 3 months of the season, if we're down by 3 runs in the 7th inning, I don't have confidence. But over the past few weeks, I've seen this lineup lengthen. You see Jazz Chisholm growing into himself. Anthony Rizzo is back. I have confidence that this team, if we're down by runs, we can still make a run back. And that's important in the postseason, because from years before, if you go back, if you replay history, it hasn't been our pitching that has hurt us in the postseason. It's been our hitting. Our hitting and our offense has not come through. Specifically, Aaron Judge has been the big culprit, and Aaron Judge is going to have himself a Barry Bonds type of postseason, Alex Rodriguez 2009, so he could get those critics off of his back. What you guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, we have the number one offense in baseball. This is what I'm saying, y'all. This is what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be like a defender. I'm not trying to get the chat mad at me. But I just got to say that this year in baseball is crazy. Yeah. No team is without flaws. No team is running away with their division or running away with postseason odds. The Yankees are right up there. So yeah, we have problems. Don't get me wrong. We've got problems, but I think as a fan base, what is not advantageous for us is to compare this team to past teams. We got to stop doing that, y'all, because it's making us miserable. It's making us crazy. We don't compare this team. Aw, Richie, you remembered. We can't compare this team to the 2009 Yankees and the 1998 Yankees and the freaking 1927 Yankees, like whatever you want to say, because we aren't that, okay? If this team could not shine their shoes, okay? No offense, but I mean, kind of offense, but no offense. But we are still the best in the American League right now. And that's crazy, right? Because we're looking at them thinking, this is the weirdest team we've ever seen, right? But like, of the field this year, we are the best in the American League.
Yeah.
That's a fact. We have the best record in the American League, even with all of our struggles, even with being basically 500 since June 1st, even with our ace being out, even with first base being played by a AAA rookie, even with, I mean, I could go on and on and on and on.
Even with Clay Holmes blowing double-digit saves. Go ahead, Grace, keep cooking.
The most blown saves in Major League Baseball. Let me tell you, we have a closer who pitches to contact with those shaky freaking infield defense. What are we doing? And yet we're still in first place. You see what I'm saying? Like, this year is crazy. Nobody's gonna win 100 games probably. Like, it's crazy. So like, with those glasses on, with our 2024 glasses on, you know what I mean? That's how we have to judge this team. Corbin Burns is on the struggle bus, y'all. I don't know if you heard, but Corbin Burns has been on the struggle bus for the Orioles. They are freaking out. The struggles that they've had with their closer, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now.
Well, Batista's injured. Their closer right now is Craig Kimbrell.
The record.
His struggles have been well documented. I mean, they are freaking out. The Dodgers have their own problems, right? They've got injury concerns and they're freaking out. We have our concerns. The Astros, like, everybody has their own, problems. But I'm just saying, like, the 2024 Yankees are still the best team in the American League. That is a fact. That's not my opinion.
Yeah.
We're the most offensive production. We walk more than any other team in Major League Baseball, which tells me that we're seeing the ball. We're working long counts. We're making the pitchers pitch to us. We're playing the game. We're getting on base. We have the two best hitters in Major League Baseball, and I will not be accepting any arguments at this time. We have a possible Triple Crown winner. We have 2 MVP candidates. We have 2 Rookie of the Year candidates. We have the current Cy Young winning pitcher who's pitching under a 2 ERA since the beginning of August. Okay, and he's coming back from injury. Okay, so since the beginning of August, this man is pitching under a 2 ERA. We have Giancarlo Stanton batting out of his mind. Let me talk about him. 5 home runs in his last 10 games. 5 home runs in his last 10 games. Did you hear what I said? He has hit last
5
night.
Home runs in 10 games.
Thank you. He has hit 427 home runs last night, tying Mike Piazza. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Say it.
Ever heard of him? This is my man, Giancarlo Stanton. Okay, he has hit 5 extra base hits in his last 4 games. 5 extra base hits in his last 4 games, and 5 of the last 10 games was home runs.
He was this close away from tying the game up too.
Grand
slam.
And I'm not even talking about my new man Austin Wells. Okay, like we're gonna go into y'all. I'm feeling good now. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna hype myself up.
I want to add on to your points, and I'll throw it over to Damien, right? Because you talk about Corbin Burns in his last 5 appearances. Check this out.
Yeah,
Corbin Burns, his record is 1-3. He has an ERA of 7.36 and 22 strikeouts in those 5 appearances. And you know what's been the biggest issue for Corbin Burns? His fastball velocity has dipped. It's not the same. And in the offseason, Damien,
you know
what was I saying? What was I preaching? I said, look at Corbin Burns' stats over the past 3 years, and each year his decline. His ERA has gone up, his walks has gone up, and his strikeouts has gone up. To start the season, he was solid. He is what the Orioles needed. They needed an ace. He was solid. But the same thing that happened to Marcus Stroman happened to Corbin Burns. The fatigue of 162 games finally sat in, and you see it right now. Hopefully, Corbin Burns can fix it up for the Orioles. If you're an Orioles fan out there, hopefully he puts things together because you're going to need him if you want to make a run in the postseason. But what do they say, Damien? Numbers lie. I mean, people lie, but numbers don't lie.
Don't. Absolutely.
And numbers don't lie when it comes to Corbin Burns. 1-3 with a 7.36 ERA. That's alarming if you're a Baltimore Oriole fan, especially when you gave up a third base prospect who's an everyday third baseman for the Brewers right now.
Yeah. Not only that, but don't be surprised if Boris has another repeat of what he went over this summer with Corbin Burns this coming up summer. Now, Grace, you talked about where we're at, right? And I think about that, and I think about where actually we would be if the Yankees would put their best foot forward and put their best team on the field, right? If you didn't have DJ LeMahieu taking at bats from Oswald Cabrera, if you didn't have Jose Trevino platooning with Austin Wells, if you didn't have Clay Holmes as your everyday closer, where would this team be? Probably 5-6 games up instead of where we're at right now. And that's my fear with this team, as well as, look, great. We're ahead. We're best AL record, right? We're in first place, a half game ahead, so on and so forth. But my fear, again, is Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone. The holding the team back. Jasson Domínguez. Again, Austin Wells. When Trevino came back, it was supposedly, this is Austin Wells' team. We're not going to platoon. And Wells had to force himself into that number 1 spot because for a minute there, it became a platoon as soon as Trevino came back.
Yes.
Clay Holmes is still doing what he's doing. DJ LeMahieu taking at bats. Against the Nationals, you had Oswaldo Cabrera sitting on the bench. And mind you, DJ LeMahieu came up to bat, did what he did, popped up. Aaron Boone said, the closer, he's a killer against he's a killer against lefties. That's why I didn't go ahead and bring in Oswaldo. What happened the next game? He brought in Oswaldo against Finnegan, the very same pitcher. So as long as the organization can get their heads out of their asses and put your best foot forward, put the best team on the field, because listen, at the end of the day, our fans fill the pockets. Our fans deserve the best product on the field. I don't mean to be the Debbie Downer as far as where we're at, but at the end of the day, facts are facts. Yeah. And the Yankees are not applying their best team, putting their best foot forward on that field every single night. If they can do that, especially during the playoffs, I think the sky's the limit. I think we absolutely have an opportunity to make that World Series. But it's about the front office. It's about Cashman and his damn process, whatever that may be. And boom, listen, I get it. Cashman probably gets on him. Cashman's probably like, no, you're not going to do this. But boom, this is technically, you don't have a contract coming into next season. So die on your sword. Go out on your shield. Do what you feel needs to be done because you're a baseball guy, bro. As you like to say, get the best players on the field. And let's get that championship.
No, 100%. I want to shout out to some people. Got to pay some bills. Got to do some capitalism. Let's shout out the people in the chat. My girl Alex Campbell says, "Thank you to everyone in the chat for showing up and showing love today. We definitely appreciate the support. Absolutely. This is our first show back with the rebrand Uptown Sports TV. Make sure you guys follow us on all social media platforms, on Twitter, on Instagram. On Instagram, we just broke 1K. The rebrand has been just this past month. I took over the Instagram account. We was at 400 followers on Instagram. We are over 1K right now. So if you guys can follow us on all social media platforms, please stay tuned because we got a lot of special things coming. Again, let me shout out everybody that's in the chat. Johnny B, who is in the building. Nosebleed section is in the building. Sean Browning is in the building. My good friend Javier Velez is in the building. Javier, I hope all is well. Hope the family is doing good. My guy FL Dive is in the building.
My guy.
Raikika Channel is in the building. Raya, how you doing? Salute, salute, salute. We had 19 comment in the building earlier. Shout out to my guy 19 comment. If you guys can, like I said, we're sitting on 38 likes on the stream. We got 100 people watching us collectively. We got over 55 people on YouTube. If you guys don't mind, smack that like button. If you interact with the like, if you interact with the emojis, hit the subscribe button. We get more Yankee fans joining the conversation, making the conversation better for all of us. Hector, please offer memberships. FL, we're talking about that, but we're just worried about getting out good content. I appreciate you. We'll get maybe a membership thing going, but right now we'll just focus on putting out good content. If you want to support us, you could go to buymeacoffee.com/Uptown Sports TV. I'll find the link so I can put the link into the chat. But I want to switch gears, right? Because we're going to rock out for like another 10, 15 more minutes because I know Grace, she needs to sip on her ginger tea, got to cool down the vocal cords. And I know Dame is chilling right now. So the last topic I want to bring up, and it was funny because as soon as Sierra was in the chat, as soon as Sierra popped up in the chat for the first time, Grace said something about Gleyber Torres. So we got to talk about Gleyber Torres. And shout out to my guys from Fireside Yankees. They put it out there. Ever since Gleyber Torres has been moved to the leadoff spot in August, Gleyber Torres is batting over 300. He has an on-base percentage of 439. He is getting on base. He is scoring runs. He has a WRC plus of 160. So Yankee fans, we are sitting here Tuesday, September 3rd, 11:52 in the morning, and we are going to have a conversation about Mr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and that's Gleyber Torres. Grace, Monroe, how do you feel about El Gleyber?
That's why I'm laughing, just so you know.
Why is he laughing?
Because Grace is eating you up because you're about to throw some flowers. So go ahead, let's do the flowers.
All right. Is everybody sitting down? Okay.
Uh-oh. Everybody ready?
I'm gonna say something crazy right now. Gleyber is off my shit list.
Yeah.
Okay, four now. But let me say one thing.
Oh man.
Gleyber has really, really done wonders for himself and the team by focusing on one thing. And what is that thing? Getting on base. As the leadoff hitter, as we well know, that is your job. Your job is to, hey, get an extra base hit if you can, but like your number one job is to get on base for Juan Soto, for Aaron Judge, for Austin Wells, for Giancarlo Stanton, okay? Mm-hmm. And when Gleyber first was put into the leadoff spot earlier in the year, he wasn't doing that. His whiff rate, his strikeout rate, he was swinging at everything. He was being too aggressive. We called him out for that on our show. And now it's different. He is watching the pitches. He is being more selective. He's not expanding the zone. He is focusing and he's working walks and he is doing what he can, shortening his swing when he needs to just to get something so he can get on base. It is great. He's not swinging for the fences. He's not trying to pull every freaking ball to try to be a home run and with warning track power. Okay, sorry. I went off a little bit. He's off my shit list, Grace. He's off my shit list. Okay. So he is doing that so well. He is getting on base. He had a streak where he had, I think, 4 or 5 games where he reached base in the first inning.
22 game on base streak.
A 22-game on base streak. But there was a streak where he did it specifically in the first inning, which we know Judge has a high production rate in the first inning. I mean, it was huge. It's been huge for the team. Him being able to solve that problem, not only just for Aaron Boone, but for the rest of the guys in the lineup to add some stability at the top of the order has been absolutely huge. I gotta give him his flowers for it. It's been absolutely amazing. And his defense hasn't been as bad, which is really, not saying that much, but nevertheless, it hasn't been as bad. I think, when you start having some success on one side of the ball, maybe, you have more confidence on the other side of the ball. And it's all, kind of connected, obviously. With having Jazz in the hot corner, that's been helping Gleyber, feeding him. Obviously Volpe has been whatever, and then we've got Rizzo back now. I mean, let's keep going, Gleyber. Let's build on this. Let's get you a fat contract in California after this year is over. I don't want to see him back. No. Let's not go too far. But he's off my shit list. Hey, that's all I can tell y'all.
I guess we got to take it however we can get it, right? Shout out to Samantha T that's in the chat. I also wanted to let you guys know, I was just checking tsunami.gov. Like, it's a non-governmental website that tracks tsunamis, because Grace is saying Gleyber is off a shit list. So I just had to make sure the world is still together and it's not the end of times and hell's not freezing over at the moment, right? But no, I gotta agree with everything that Grace said, right? At the beginning of the season, not even at the beginning of the season, going back into spring training, Gleyber Torres came into spring training, and we all saw it, a different approach at the plate, a different batting stance, a different way of going up the middle and going to right field, something we saw in his rookie season and the second season, right? But then the season started, and he struggled against Houston. He wasn't able to find any hits. Then the struggles just kept on coming, and he reverted back to his dramatic leg kick. And if you look at Gleyber Torres right now, Gleyber Torres, he has a happy medium between his batting stance he had in spring training and the dramatic leg kick. It's not as dramatic as it was in the middle of the season when he's struggling. He still has a leg kick, but like I said, he has tampered it down just a little bit. Gleyber Torres right now, like Grace said, he's giving you everything you want from a leadoff guy. He's getting on base. He is drawing pitches. He is giving Juan Soto and Aaron Judge extra pitches to see from the starting pitcher before they go into the lineup. And the proof is in the pudding, right? We said it. Men lie, numbers don't lie. And Gleyber Torres' numbers do not lie. He definitely warrants being in that leadoff spot. Yeah. But I'm just worried, right? Because this is the thing. I'm just worried because at any moment, Gleyber Torres can do Gleyber Torres things, right? So it could be during a game in September, during a game in the postseason. I'm just nervous that Gleyber Torres, if a ground ball is hit to him, he may boot it, and that mental mistake may translate or may carry over to him into his at-bats, and he may struggle coming through when we need him to come through in a big-time situation.
No, facts. Like you said, men lie, numbers don't lie. One thing Gleyber has going for himself beyond anything, and more importantly, is the guy is our second best hitter in the playoffs. Again, the numbers back it up.
Numbers don't lie.
They don't. Giancarlo Stanton is our best hitter in the playoffs, right? Gleyber's second, right behind him. So us getting this version of Gleyber now is so key to our playoff run. Because if Aaron Judge can be Aaron Judge and turn around what he's been in the playoffs, and Gleyber can continue to be who he is now, Big G, Jazz Chisholm, so on and so forth. This team, TC, my brother.
TC, my brother.
This team is on a path to do some big things. Defensively, last night, Gleyber Torres in the ninth inning, that play, listen, Jesus Christ, I thought that was a Gold Glover, and then I realized that's not Volpe, that's Gleyber. So he's forming, and he's building his contract value right back up. Yeah. He's working to getting that contract that everybody thought he was going to get at the beginning of the season. And listen, I don't believe that the Yankees are going to re-sign him. I don't think it's possible. Just for the fact that Soto, obviously, that's the number one That's the number one get. That's gonna be all the money's gonna pretty much go to that.
Priority.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the end of the day, Gleyber, listen, Steve Cohen, I know you're not gonna get Soto, so go ahead and get Gleyber. You got seven, you got everybody else from the Yankees. Go ahead and take Gleyber too. You probably need a second baseman. So Jeff McNeil, you're probably gonna be gone. But listen, we can get Gleyber continuing to play the way he is. He's going to be so vital for this team in the playoffs. He's on the team now. Again, we root for the team, the jersey. We always root for the player, but we do root for the team ultimately. And Gleyber was so steady. He deserved all the criticism he got at the beginning of the season, but he also deserves his flowers for what he's doing now. So flowers to Gleyber. Continue to do your thing. As long as it continues, we have one of the biggest problems on this team solved, and that's leadoff.
Yeah, I want to shout out Samantha T in the building. Samantha says, "Hey Hector, I'm not mad anymore. I never thought mod. Mod. Okay. Listen, for everyone, right, that's out there. Like I said, we're going through a rebrand at the moment, right? So a lot of people's mod status got taken away. Moderators will be coming back as we go through the rebrand. We just had to clean house. We had to do some stuff backstage and stuff like that. So hopefully nobody takes it personal. Again, Samantha T, I always appreciate you to chat. Everybody, I appreciate you in the chat. But like I said, we are going through a rebrand at the moment. Things will be coming out. Just mark some dates on your calendar. Like I said earlier, September 23rd, Bernie Williams, our interview with Bernie Williams will happen. That will be at 12:30 p.m. So what we'll do is we'll have the regular show in the morning from 11 to 12 to about like 12:15. We'll shut it down, and then we'll come back with the Bernie Williams interview live so everybody can watch it while we're live. So just, again, Samantha and everybody else out there, if you guys see that your mod status was taken away, don't take it personal. It's just a part of the rebrand that we're doing over here. Make sure you guys follow us on all other social media platforms. Let's see. Grace, any go ahead. Throw it over to you. Oh, wait, matter of fact, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. What are we talking about?
Yeah, neither do I. I lost my train of thought. I don't know what
we were talking about Gleyber.
Okay, Gleyber.
I'm on cough medicine. Okay, my thoughts are all jumbled. Gleyber, yes, my favorite subject.
Yeah, no, not Gleyber, because we finished it off. You kicked it off with Gleyber. I just want to touch on one more thing, and then we'll get ready to wrap this up. The Gerrit Cole. Right,
yes,
Gerrit Cole, Yankee fans were losing their minds after he exited the game. Talking baseball, put it out there. He exited with a trainer before the 7th inning, but it was just a cramp. I saw people losing their minds on Twitter. My guy Al Centron, shout out to Theo Al on WFAN. He was on the show late night, and he was like, "Oh, Yankee fans are nervous. Yankee fans, Gerrit Cole and his Achilles." Theo Al, calm down. All right, my guy, relax. But shout out to Theo Al. He's been doing an amazing job over there at WFAN. Coming from this channel, doing the Met show on our channel. He was already with WFAN on the weekends, but he's filling now on the weekdays. So shout out to Theo Al. Appreciate him. Always love him and the work that he does. But with Gerrit Cole, it's just a cramp. So Yankee fans, don't jump out the window. Calm down, relax. Daddy Cole is A-okay.
Yeah, the Rangers stole the bananas. Rangers stole the bananas out of the dugout. So Rangers, give us the bananas back. We need to test you.
With or without the bananas, Gerrit Cole was absolutely carving his way through the Texas Rangers last night. I mean, he was putting on a absolute masterclass. He looked like, and this is why I'm saying, he looked like he was barely trying. Didn't he? He was throwing like this. Whatever. Like, he was like, he was really pacing himself. I thought he was going to give us 8 innings.
He would have.
He would have. Yeah, Damien. He would have, and he could have. I mean, it's just, it's unfortunate that he had that cramp. I'm not worried about it. Daddy Cole is a Virgo in Virgo season doing Virgo things. We got
the same birthday. Gerrit Cole and I, we have the same birthday, September 8th. We have the same birthday. I just want to say congratulations to Samantha T getting a new job. Samantha, love you, Samantha. Shout out to you, Samantha. Congratulations on the new job. Hopefully you get some new dineros hitting your bank accounts. But Samantha, appreciate you like always. Shout out to you for your new job. And Erica Garcia, Gerrit Cole has a 1.85 ERA in his last 6 starts. He is so back. Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. So good. 30% strikeout rate, 29% strikeout rate. I mean, he is cold-blooded.
Yeah. No, yeah. Shout out to Gerrit Cole stepping up. I know he had some rough starts and he got beat up by the Mets, and everybody thought that it was the down. This is when Gerrit Cole starts going downhill. But no, Gerrit Cole showed you why he's Gerrit Cole, why he is probably the best pitcher in all of Major League Baseball. He had a hiccup this year because he started the season on the IL, but it's good to see Gerrit Cole back. My last thing I just want to say, and that's it, we'll close it out, is to Damien's point when he was talking earlier about Clay Holmes and about the lineup and stuff like that and Austin Wells. Damien, I agree with everything that you said. Everything 100%. The only thing that I may push back a little bit on is the Clay Holmes thing, right? And this is not me defending Clay Holmes because he does have more than 10 blow saves and stuff like that. This is how I'm viewing it, right? From the Yankees front office perspective. Because we know Brian Cashman is not just going to come out and say, well, Clay Holmes suck, we're just going to replace him. I think when it comes to Clay Holmes and also when it comes to Jasson Domínguez, injuries happen, right? Jasson Domínguez, we was expecting him to get called up in the middle of the season. He got injured. He struggled. Giancarlo Stanton was on the IL. A lot of people were injured at the time, and then Big G came back, and now they're trying to. It's hard to find the spot for Jasson Domínguez. But when it comes to Clay Holmes, I think his backup was supposed to be Johnny Lasagna. Jonathan Loaisiga was supposed to be Clay Holmes's backup. He was supposed to be the next heir apparent when it comes to a closer. And what happened to Jonathan Loaisiga? His elbow blew on him. His arm went. What happens every year? Exactly.
Every night, Pinky.
But really quick. Go ahead, Dave.
Really quick. When Doogie was holding his side last night, was it only me that was like, is it an oblique? I hope so.
You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that, Damien. You're wrong for that.
You're not the only person. You are not the only person I saw have that thought. There was a lot of people on Twitter saying that.
Can it please be an oblique? No, I'm playing.
You got an immunity necklace. You got an immunity necklace.
I'm playing, but not playing.
Listen, again, I just want to say thank you, Grace. Thank you, Damien. Appreciate you guys. I know this past month has been a roller coaster. Appreciate all of you guys that's in the chat. Like I said, my father passed away, right? So it's you go through emotions, right? This is not easy. Life is not easy. You don't get to choose the cards that you're dealt with. You just have the cards that's in your hand, and you have to play them to the best of your abilities, right? So everything happens for a reason. With the rebranding that we're going through over this last month, we started working with Latino sports. Everything happens for a reason. Life comes and life goes. People come into your life that you meet, and then people exit out of your life just like that. As soon as they come in, it's as fast as they go out. So I appreciate all of y'all in the chat. Grace, I appreciate you, bestie. Damien, I appreciate you, my brother from another mother. I will be down in Florida in a couple of weeks when I got to go and handle my father's service, so I will be hitting you up. But folks in the chat, I love all of you guys that are in the chat. I appreciate all of you guys that are in the chat that are respectful, that aren't out of pocket, that do not bully people, and who aren't mean to one another. That's the one thing that I like to preach. You guys know me. I just want to be respectful, and I just want to respect everybody and show love to everybody. And I appreciate everybody that's in the chat that did the same thing. But until next time, I'm Hector. That's Grace. That's Damien. This is the new rebrand when it comes to Uptown Sports TV, and we will see you back this Thursday. Deuces.
You fought well yesterday. Your style is unorthodox.